Hello, YouTube, and welcome all who are watching. I'm Jesse Tovar, and this is the Juneteenth Special at My Place Cafe. The cafe is located within Henteam Square, 2057 North Los Robles Avenue, at the corner of Woodbury and Los Robles. My place is open every day from 7:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. The following about Juneteenth, which is now a federal holiday, was drawn from various websites, including Juneteenth.com. Juneteenth is known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Liberation Day, and Emancipation Day. The day is a celebration of the emancipation for those who had been enslaved in the United States. Originating in Galveston, Texas, it is celebrated annually throughout the United States with now federal and national recognition. This is also the anniversary in 1865 with the announcement by Union Army General Gordon Granger proclaiming freedom from slavery in Texas. Slavery was abolished. Well, it had been abolished since like 1863. Juneteenth emphasizes education and achievement. The day is a time for reflection and rejoicing. It is a time for assessment, self-improvement, and for planning the future. Its growing popularity signifies a level of maturity and dignity in America long overdue. This day is a showcase of the strength in the American spirit to recognize wrong and set about making it right. In the same spirit, America moves ahead today in leveling playing fields and achieving even greater equality. The Juneteenth of last year was centered around police reform in the wake of George Floyd's death in police custody. By this time, police departments were in the process of being reimagined. Officers were to be retrained in de-escalations. As of today, more work needs to be done in de-escalations involving the mentally ill 1 year later. In planning tonight's event, I had Molimau Fatu's The Greatness of Our Ancestors in mind because Juneteenth is about remembering what the newly freed African Americans would look forward, moving forward into the future. In Fatu's book, You So Poetic, we learn in A Man's Silence that men are taught to not show emotion because that's weak. In Better Off, we are introduced to an unspoken truth about missionaries. Lastly, Ben Kenny's eulogy popped in my head while reading my eulogy/funeral. I met Molly at the Rose Black Resource Center at Dominguez Hills when we were both undergrads there. We both appeared in an episode of a Dominguez Hills radio show called The Message, hosted by Makonnen Tendahi. When I was in the editorial board for Dominguez Hills in Jam Magazine, I was pleased when the editorial staff selected Molly's poems for a 2018 edition. Tonight, LaTonya Smith and I welcome Molimau Fatu.
It's an honor to be here. I want to thank LaTonya and Jesse and the My Place Cafe events for having me on here. Talo Falava to you all. My name is Uso Lassifer. That's my stage name. I'm Molimau Fatu. My parents came from Samoa. They were looking for a better opportunity. You know, growing up in Samoa, it wasn't much there. It was a beautiful island. You know, you have the tropical rainforest, things of that nature. But my parents, they didn't want us to go through the hardships they went through. That's all parents do. They want their children to have a life of their own to where they can thrive and furnish or flourish and to manifest greatness. And this is what Juneteenth is all about. It's about celebrating the struggle and the triumph of our people. You know, everybody looks at that, they look at one side like, oh, they were just slaves. No, we were not. We were like kings, queens. We created things, invented things such as like brain surgery that you see in Egypt. You see like the lithium batteries in which we power our phones that's made in like Nigeria and things like that. And they always look on the bad side of things. And we've done a lot of things that's been positive as well, you know, throughout our history. You know, you've seen that movie they had on the movie Disney Soul and then Disney made Moana, things like that. And people just, you got those negative Nancy's that always want to put stuff down like, man, they didn't do this, they didn't do that. But man, just let it loose and celebrate. You know, everybody got their hardships at the end of the day. And we just got to find a way to make the best of the situation. Whether you have $2 in your pocket, 2 million in your pocket, you're alive. We're alive and well, and we're just doing our best to break the curses, the generational curses that we had. Because we all want our kids to thrive. We want them to be the best and to be themselves, express themselves in the best way they can. And I thank you, Jesse, for having me on here. So we'll go into this. This is one of my debut books. It's called A Diary of a Mad Usa. This was my debut book I published in 2016. And going up on that stage for the first time, 2014, I was nerve-wracking. You know, being a big guy, everybody thinks that he's supposed to be big and bad. You know, for me, I'm like a big teddy bear. But you gotta defend yourself at all times sometimes, and just let loose and laugh. You know, that's how we like Pacific Islanders, even our African American people. We joke around. You know, we'll talk sports. You know, eat the best food, whether it be like chicken katsu, you know, that gumbo or nice fish taco. But anyways, I don't want to ramble on and on about that. You know, so. This is my book. I'll be reading a few poems from here. This one is called A Mother's Love. For all the mothers out there, even though it's about to be Father's Day tomorrow, I'm gonna read this one. I just seen my mom yesterday, and we were just catching up, and it just felt great to know that we gotta love our mothers, even our fathers. And here we go. This is where we all came from. We were in there for 9 months. Once we came out, joy and happiness was felt by our mother's warmth, wrapped around your mother's arms for comfort. As you get older, your mom start yelling at you to wake up for school. She'll have your sack lunch ready, your backpack and your clothes ironed to get you ready for the day. She'll tell you as she drops you off, boy, you better be good in school. You know what's gonna happen to you. Once you hear the teacher call the house and leave a voice message, that's when it goes crazy. She'd be like, what happened? What did you do? That's when I answer, my mom be throwing shoes at me, getting the broom. I had to run all over the place. I remember one time I hop on the couch, run like duck and shit, you know what I mean? So like she'll throw the slipper, you know, because I was just hard to raise, and I was a knucklehead. That's why I got this big head. It's worth the knowledge. You know, anything to get your mind right and to stop making stupid decisions. During your achievements, your mom will always be there. Be at your graduation, your violin recital, your basketball game. But she'll always be there too to give you advice. Put a Band-Aid on your knee, and then you go outside to play again. Your moms will always be there to hug you, kiss you, raise you, care for you, and love you. This poem is dedicated to my mother. I thank you all for raising me, caring and loving me. Love to all the mothers worldwide. You're all the best mothers. Peace. All right. Since it's gonna be Father's Day tomorrow, I'm gonna read this one. It's called If I Could Find It Right Here. This book is like kind of worn down. It's all beat up and things, you know. If I could find it, that should have been more. Let's see, man. I just thank everybody that's tuning in on the My Place events. There's a lot of events going on in Juneteenth, so you guys can go out and celebrate. They have a barbecue out there in Inglewood, even here in Pasadena. Check out Long Beach, Manhattan Beach. There's a lot of things going on. You guys can check that out. Let me just read this one then. I don't want to like have a pause and everything. This one I wrote I was thinking about like having a dream one time, you know. I was just, you know, taking some shots at the ball, like thinking of which corner right, you know what I mean? Out there watching the Lakers, man, they lost or whatever. And I was just like, what should I do? What's my next idea for a piece? And this one I came up with this one. It's called If I Was President. This country will actually cherish the diversity it has instead of using it like an illusion of unity only to earn dollars. Building it not from the bloodshed of genocides and chains of slavery, but to use the gift of each civilization to develop the master plan, a true unity and love from our divine creator and ancestors, to not think of greed and actually help out each other, as life is already difficult. to treat everyone as human beings, regardless of skin color or how much you have, to have no more homeless, no more wars, no more FBI or CIA, no more secret societies planning agendas to kill the people in the world, no more private prisons, more schools that actually teach something that we can use in real life, more music that uses words to inspire, to guide the youth, to become more aware, more consciously and creative, and I also turn up and slay on that runway with joy to live, life not enslaved by anything, but free knowing that they won't have to look over their shoulder every day they walk outside. Yet visioning of Samoan with his formal ear lava lava on, with his chocolate thick mocha wife, her braids all out, sundressed with a big glowing smile, and it's comforting as the sunset. Uso's cooking outside with the rocks, making barbecue chicken and ribs, peeling the skin from the top rows, with the White House no longer being white, now in living color, with melanin and Polynesian blood flowing rhythmically, with all cultures of the world, as the women display their beauty by their walk of confidence, hips moving side to side, hair blowing through the breeze. The aroma so pleasant and strong, you become mesmerized by the hospitality, by having a real person as president, not some paid puppet or wealthy private bankers. Then, damn, I wake up and say, only if I was president. Thank you all, man, just tuning in. It's a beautiful day out here in the city of Roses, Pasadena. It's an elegant place to be. I'm from Long Beach, California, and it's just beautiful out there too, just going into the beach. You know, I had a hard time just like being comfortable with my body. You know, that's real difficult. Growing up, I always had like a big old white t-shirt on. I didn't want to show my body, you know, because I got chub, you know. Big man got to eat, you feel me? So, you know, we get hungry, man. I'm a foodie, you know, I'll be in Planet Fitness. Then after that, I'm like, man, that chicken custard look fire, though. You get that curry custard at the L&L Hawaiian barbecue. Yeah. And say no sometimes, man, you know, just go for it. Just live, man. And, oh, man, let's see. I'll probably read one more from this book, and then this is my debut book, Diary of Mad Uso. You guys should check it out on Amazon. I had copies, but it's been sold out because people just been messaging me on Instagram or Facebook. You know, they've been buying it through my Cash App or whatever else currency they got these days. You know, you got the Bitcoin and whatever, you know, all these digital currencies. But anyway, we will go into this last quote, if I could find it. Oh, man. Let's see. I'll read this one. This will be the last one. Since we're doing the Juneteenth, we're going to talk about more about the obstacles we had to go through. And then we'll go on to my next book, which is Uso Philosophy, Poetic Sophies. It's called Europeans Ruined This World. These people are like a virus, a cancer, always willing to invade, to conquer, to drain the life of every civilization out there in the world, robbing the Africans of their people, music, arts, and culture, wealth and resources. They're claiming it to be their own. Like, really? Talking about how they invented rock and roll, saying it's their music, when Chuck Berry is the godfather of rock and roll. They also want to go to tiny Polynesian islands, enslave the Polynesians as well in the blackbirding with the African slaves, calling the Polynesian savages. As they also came to the Polynesian islands, amazed at the boats and ships made by the Polynesians, who are the true navigators of this world, going to the Americas way before Columbus. Yet they said that they built it and are the navigators. Man, child, please, stop it. They come to a land they claim to have discovered, but already have people living in it. That's why they were called Native Americans, not Indians. They came as sweet people claiming to give thanks in this day they call Thanksgiving, where they learned how to live on their land and thanks to the Native Americans. But then, as they always do, they conquer another land, steal their wealth, destroy their culture, kill them, and then claim to be forefathers of the land. Dang, these people are not even innovative. They always got to take from somebody else, saying it's theirs. They be thieving on the daily because they steal all the gold, silver, oil, and other resources. Also are mass murderers, killing mass populations in genocide of the Africans, Polynesians, Native Americans, and whoever and wherever else. These people are like big leeches, ready to suck your soul dry. So we all need to unite, break from the chains of the oppression that we all live in, exterminating this disease and executing it and killing it, making it extinct. Thank you. If you guys are more interested, you guys can follow me on Instagram. That's Uso Losper. That's USOLOSOPHER. You know, I always just thankful that I have this gift of poetry and just a lot of people that I met throughout the time, just being here. And I met a lot of great people, been to a lot of cities and been featured, and I'm just thankful for that. And thankful to met Jesse here, man. You know, we met at Cal State Dominguez Hills. I was part of the Flow Poetry Slam team called For the Love of Writing. You know, which we're just amazing group of poets, and not just poets, but just people. You know, sitting there witnessing them shine, like Giant J, man. He's shining, man, with his rap career. I see him performing. I'm so proud of him. And then you see Marilyn, she just published her book with World Stage Press. And I got her book at home, and I've been reading that. It's just really done. It's through the skin I'm in. If I got that title right, but she's doing it, man. She's out there performing. She's also writing for like LA Taco, so shout out to them. Shout out to everyone out there. Like, I can't name you all, but you know, just also shout out to the love right here, the love of my life, my wife Jennifer, Molimau Fatu, just holding it down for us, and knowing that we just always live in a balance. You know, we don't try to overpower each other in our marriage. You know, we're newlyweds. Next month will be our first year of marriage. So we're gonna celebrate that. You know what I'm saying, man? Gotta feel it. You know what I'm saying? Gotta feel it, man. Gotta feel it, man. So we're gonna get to my second book right here. It's called Usolosophy Poetic Showpieces. This book came out in 2017, right after Diary of Mad Uso, and this picture right here, it was at Long Beach. And there was some photograph there, and I look pretty young right here. I was like clean cut, no beard, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, it's a great book. You guys, if you guys want like physical copies, if you don't want to go on Amazon, just hit me up on all the social media platforms under USOLOSOPHER. You can also check out my website. I've been working on it. That's usolosopher.org. And I've been working on that website to where I can have my books even purchased there as well. So we'll get into it. This is one of the pieces that I used in my slam poetry. This one is called Shots. In my room, getting my white tee and basketball shorts, putting on my deodorant and socks, grab my sneakers and lace them up, walking out the house. Onto the sidewalk, dribbling the rock. The smell of the blacktop and the sound of the sneakers hitting the pavement. Girls on the sidelines as I check them out. Winking my eye at them. Walking onto the courts. Holding a rock in my hand. Ready to post up in the paint. Skyhook got them shook, but I missed. Grab the rebound. Step back. Pull up. Nothing but net. Making the game winner, getting high fives. Breathing hard because I'm a big oos. The lights go on as some people go into their cars to go home, with the children still playing under the playground as the sun sets. Then all of a sudden a camouflage summer drives by. Bullets fly. People are yelling, panicking, running to leave the scene. As I look around to see in a puddle of blood, lying there motionless. Another Uso dead. Something I've seen way too often to where I can no longer cry tears. Witnessing too many murders growing up in the hood, the sirens ever so loud as they always come late. Damn. Another loss to the Samoan community. Another young Uso not even making it to his 18th birthday. Going to once again, another funeral. The cold winds blow as we make another visit to the hills, with the family coming near and far. Well, why does someone need to die for us to come together? Another mother cries emphatically as she loses her son to senseless violence. As the casket lowers into the ground, when will it end? Drink it to ease the pain of your Uso gone, with the alcohol flowing into my body as I reminisce about the times we spent together. Praying for those no longer here. To grab that Glock and get that motherfucker who killed the Oos, so they can feel the agony of losing a loved one. But will it bring the Oos back? Feeling the cold, hollow tips from the chamber to that glass of Hennessy and more bottles, drowning myself in sorrow as my hand keeps going into the ice cold cooler, or holding that glass, taking it to the head to escape, while walking back to the courts, holding a rock in my hand, ready to post up to do the fadeaway with the sound of the rock going through the net. Shots. Yeah, that was one of like my late beloved brother friend on Paradise Land. He loved that poem on Shots. I was like one of his favorites, and he always loved it when I performed it. You know, shout out to Paradise Land and his family. It's greatly missed. You know, our times at DPL, the poetry lounge there on Fairfax, and we used to wait in long lines, and like we used to go there like an hour early just to get on that first round of poets to be on the open mic. And there's no experience like that. If you guys, any poets or artists out there, musicians who haven't performed for the first time, that's the place to be once they reopen it. They're on Fairfax. It's called the Poetry Lounge there by Fairfax High School. You guys can check that out. But we're gonna try to like ease the mood. You know, we don't want to like be too serious sometimes, and we gotta do things that make us smile because we go through the pain, but we're gonna triumph it. You know, that rains one day and then the sun pops out again. So we're gonna do that, and this one is called Water. Water is like words. It can flow calmly on the rocks or destroy anything in its path with reckless abandon, where the pain streaks down your face of something unbearable, like the world we live in. Refreshing to quench the thirst from the matrix for true freedom, so we can express ourselves and all be free. Conquering the agony of what we go through each day, having a passion to live. We must speak because water is like words, powerful, gentle, soothing, but strong enough to ignite the revolution. Stand up, fight back, be like water. Thank you. So how much time do I have on here?
Well, it's 6:25 right now. So another like 20 minutes.
So I got plenty of time, man. I just want to like shout out everybody that's celebrating the Juneteenth holiday, man. It's great to know that these people are being recognized for their, efforts, and knowing it's not easy. They sacrificed a lot, and I always do my best to respect the elders, And I'm not gonna say I'm some angel when I was a child, because now I was a knucklehead, man. It's like all of us kids, we got on our parents' nerves and things like that. And I just hope everyone's safe out there. Have a great time, get that good, delicious food, listen to some great music, You can sway your hips if you want to, do your thing, just have fun, just live life. Fortunately, I lost a lot of loved ones in my own family, auntie passed, cousin passed last July. Just, they probably looking at me up there like, man, this guy fool. It's like, here we go, man. You always trying to be this philosopher, man. We know that. We ain't going to be taking some shots after the show. Anyways, since it's, what can I read, man? I'll read this one, since we were talking about earlier about being men that we're not supposed to cry kind of thing, We're supposed to like hold these tears back, like, man, you gotta be tough. And ain't no dang well you be listening to Jodeci, they be listening to Katy Perry.
Oh, yeah.
You got like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
you got a lot of these insecure, like what DMX used to call them, like homo thugs. Like,
yeah.
They be front, like they know damn well they be listening to Britney Spears. Oops.
Again.
They know damn well they be listening to that, and they come out with their Raider jersey trying to look hard, like, yeah, man, I'm hard. Damn well he was listening to They'll Biff the Whole Poison and all that, listening to Boyz II Men, E2K, like, come on, man, be real, man. Anyways, I'm gonna do this one. It's called Tears. Tears of sorrow, tears of anger, tears of pity, tears of heartbreak, tears of agony, tears of defeat, tears of rejection, tears of being lied to, tears of betrayal, tears of your loved one passing, tears of joy, tears of victory, tears of redemption, tears of happiness, tears of relief, tears of passion, tears of adversity, tears of accomplishment, tears of success, tears of a thug, tears of my family, tears of my friends, tears of love. All right, man. We'll probably do like a couple more from this book, and then we'll hop into my third, most recent book, which is called Uso Poetic. That one's out as well. It's $26 on Amazon. Like you said, you gotta know your self-worth. It's one thing to be humble, but you just can't let people walk over you in this world. You can't like sell yourself cheap, man. You gotta believe in yourself. And I'm not gonna sit here and say, oh, I had everything known, I had all the answers. Oh no, man. There were times where I was down, I was there crying or just depressed. So one thing I used to do, I used to go to the beach over there in Long Beach and just like meditate, get a nice fat one, spark it up, get you a bottle of wine, whatever.
Yeah.
Get that cooler. I have my little Bluetooth speaker, bump some music, good to go, you know what I mean? That was kind of like my stress reliever. Anyways, this one it's one of the many poems I'm gonna dedicate to my babe, to my wife. This one is called Soulmate. Before having this in my life, I felt that I can do everything by myself, needing no one to help me. I will only look with my eyes, fascinated by your big booty and curvaceous body. Walking up to you ready to spit game, hoping I'll get your number, manipulating you with my tongue, making you think that I love you, but I just wanted to gain your treasures. You thinking I was gonna stay, but I get ghosts. So only back to my boys about how I was putting in work in that skirt. Only to realize that living this life was no longer worth it. As I got older, I prayed to the divine creator because I was tired of being alone, living a life I never had, to build this mythical reputation of being this macadocious co-player. I knew I needed someone I could look into their eyes and actually feel the connection to where they will be in my life in the long term, not just bedroom booming, but to help me with my goals, to where I can inspire her and each other every day, knowing that we are one. Even when I'm at school and she's at work, we represent each other everywhere we go with true love, put together by our ancestors and divine creator, as you are always forever, my soulmate. Man, this is one of like the other poems I performed on during when we was with Flo. We competed against like USC and other schools like Channel Islands. And,
Oh, what?
yeah, we did that, and we came in second place, but I feel we should have been first place, to be honest, man. Like on real, like real spill, like we had the most better team. We had the most diverse poets. We didn't just talk about one topic. We were versatile. The other team, USC, was just talking about suicide poems, just sad poems. Like we're talking about like poems like growing up in the hood, love, funny poems. Like we was versatile in our game. I feel we should have won, to be honest. But just like things go, this life ain't always fair. You just get back up, you move on, and just go on to the next. And that's why all my people out there from Florida shining. You know, Maryland and Giant and everyone else, they're doing their thing, and we're blessed. And it's one of the poems I've written. It's called My Appetite. When I'm hungry, I always say, big man got to eat. I know my belly is big. I love to eat more than just food. Even though I've been working out at the buffets, lifting hot plates, or a box of fried chicken with buttery biscuits, macaroni and cheese, coleslaw, or maybe driving up to L&L's with that chicken katsu plate with that spam musu feed, ice cold bubbly Sierra Mist, or a 40 ounce of cheap malt liquor to quench my thirst, and 3 scoops of rock and roll ice cream to melt into my mouth. I also hunger for knowledge of what is going on around us. Every day when we leave our homes into this mirage of freedom. Having this leader was just a puppet with the mainstream media lying in our faces in this two-party system illusion of choice. Thinking among 2 wings of the same bird or the same entity, with the healthcare system keeping us sick so we can keep taking prescription pills for them to get rich off our health problems of this matrix reality we live in. Telling us that all you need is talent and hard work to accomplish your dreams. They don't know the things that you need to do to feed the demons for that fame and wealth. Also be craving for real music because I turned off my radio years ago of the ignorant brain cell killing noise, which keeps me numb and hungry for soulful music with the message of wisdom and truth. Saying things like keep your head up, baby, don't worry about a thing. Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. But there's something that I absolutely love to eat. The gift that keeps me mesmerized with this elegance. Beautiful creation from the divine with its milky streams and chocolate walls. Protected by the mocha thighs of passion for my queen of love, fulfilling my appetite. As our lips touch with our tongues intertwine, bodies rubbing each other with sweat dripping on your hands on my caramel stick filled with coconut cream, stroking it as my fingers play with your ebony soaking walls, ready for me to devour. Fucking her brains out as we speak of the oppression that we face every day. Reading about how we can help those in need, using our mind to create soul pieces to heal through poverty, making the best of what we have, smiling knowing that we have each other through the storms and sunshine, shining that ring on your finger for you becoming my wife, soulmates for life. That's my appetite. Oh man, my baby like, oh my God, you really said that? Kind of hide it in there to the end, like, you know, little erotica poem, you know?
Yeah.
You know, you slide it in there, everybody like, oh, man, you talking about food, they ain't going, it's conscious, they ain't going this way. But, you know, that's just like life, you know, when you write something, you want to have, like, people feel it. You want people to feel it. You want people to gravitate to it. People that's been through similar situations. You don't want to live this facade of like, oh, I got everything going on. I know all the answers. We don't have all the answers. The only thing we can speak of is about our life experiences, like what we went through and stuff. And then we also just gotta laugh, you know. It's just we all been embarrassed before. We all been through things like that. We just gotta laugh sometimes and just smile because it's beautiful out here. Honestly, like we're under here at the My Place Cafe. It's lovely. And just you feel that cool breeze, and I love it, man. I just love it. Uh, we're gonna go into my final book right here. It's called Who's So Poetic. I published like 3 books. This one was published in 2020 on my late brother's birthday, December 3rd, on my brother Pete. Couldn't be here today. He's passed on. He's an ancestor now. He's going through his own spiritual journey. We have a lot of memories of it together. I remember one time we used to have like late nights, and he'll come over. That's when I had the Nintendo 64.
Oh, yeah.
Man, and we had No Mercy. We had GoldenEye 007. And we would just go and he'll bring he used to work at McDonald's, and then we just get like the Egg McMuffins, just chow those down, it was fun times. It was really fun times. And we always found a way to find ways to keep ourselves busy and having fun. Just having fun and just knowing that we all we have. And I think that's what Juneteenth is all about. Is knowing that we all we have at the end of the day. All we have is each other. And let that loud motorcycle come.
Yeah, I know, right?
But we all have each other. It's beautiful. I think I want to send advice for people. You got to travel. That's the main thing. You have to travel. Don't travel when you turn 60, 70 because you won't be able to enjoy. You'll be there with your oxygen tanker. You know what I'm saying? And travel right now in your prime when you're young. Don't make the excuse. Find a way to travel. I used to make excuses like that all the time. I don't have enough money. And I want to go here, but I don't have enough money. There's ways you can travel for less cost. It's called a staycation. That's what my wife taught me. She taught me a thing called staycation. Staycation is wherever state you're in, if you're in New York or Cali. Since we're in Cali, there's places out here you can go to. Like you can go to Santa Barbara, you can go to Solvang, you can go to San Diego, Oceanside, Bay Area. You can go to Napa Valley. You can go to places in Oakland, things like that, San Francisco. There's always places you can go. You gotta travel. Reason I say that is because you get to know people from different backgrounds, different ethnicities. And that's what it's all about. That's what Juneteenth is. It's about celebrating the life of those who came before us and celebrating what they built for us. And we're using those things right now, since we have this technology and things like that, we're using that to apply ourselves, whether it's school or work or just life itself. I told my wife I want to learn merengue, salsa, upgrade my dancing repertoire, you know what I mean? I was telling her even about cooking and I told her I only cook eggs and rice. She's like, "Dang, we gotta upgrade your culinary skills, man. I think it's eggs and rice." So I was just yeah. But we'll get into my book now. It's called Who's So Poetic. It's available also on Amazon. I want to give a shout out to Hiram Sims. That's he's part of the thing called CLI, Community Literature Initiative, and my book is there too. I donated this one to him. Who's So Poetic. You guys can check that out. They have a lot of poets out there that you guys want to check out. Could read poetry. That's the only library of poetry that's out here. It's in Los Angeles. You guys should check that out. It's called the Sims Library of Poetry. Well, since we was talking about my brother, because that's when I published this book on his birthday, December 3rd, we'll do that piece. This is a song called For My Uso Pete. You were always there for me, my big brother coming from Samoa. I remember them days when we used to walk to school, when we played WWF Royal Rumble and NBA Jam on the Sega Genesis. Mom's cooking hamburger helper and rice for dinner. When we used to play wrestling on the bed in And then the bed would break because we were some big Samoans. Cruising in your Honda Civic, bumping DMX, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. We always had plans on living large, knowing that we can overcome anything, for that we have that fighting warrior spirit, for we never fold, never give up. When we went with that red Dodge Caravan going to the park to play basketball, running the courts, playing bully ball, stretching the rules to win by any means. You always brought us together, for we can come to your place anytime, as you will help us smile and laugh regardless of what we went through. I know you will win because this is what we do. You just win, brother, for the fighter you are. I love you, Uso. Shout out to everybody who's lost a loved one. We always want to send out positive energy, affirmations, healing spirit for you. We'll pray for y'all. You know, I always try to be a spiritual person, just like meditating, praying, and just doing my best to discover myself even more and just healing from what happened in the past and just, yeah, that's what. But I'm gonna do the last piece here. You want me to do like one more?
It's up to you.
I was gonna do this one since it's on Juneteenth, and
Okay.
I wrote this one. It's called BLN. You know, for me, it's like I don't agree with the organization. I'm gonna be real with it, you know, because they leave out the black heterosexual man. You can't do it. You can't say that you accept all our black lives, but you leave in one black life out. That doesn't make any sense. People are gonna say what they want to say, but that's me, you know. If you want to make something like that, and then those organizers who did that, they took all the people's money that donated it to that organization and went and bought mansions. Like, we got to realize that we always got to do research. You know that, I don't know what that's saying. I probably forgot it. Something about glitter, and all that shines is not gold or whatever that thing. We got to be careful, man. Like, these people may claim like, oh, we're going to do this for a community, we're going to do that. But then they end up finessing everybody, unfortunately. But anyway, Black Lives Always Matter, not that organization. I'm talking about the people. People like my wife, the people like my parents that actually grew up in the civil rights era, that grew up in the South, like, that grew up in Mississippi. Those are the people that you gotta talk to. That's why I do my best to always soak knowledge from them. Because they lived it. They've been there when dogs were attacking them. They had the hoses sprayed on them. My wife's parents been through that. They know what time it is. And that's the thing that these young people gotta research. I don't have all the answers. I'm just telling y'all to stay on your 10 toes.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. But I'm gonna read this second to last piece. It's called BLM. Black liberation movement is what we need to connect back to the motherland and educate ourselves on the loopholes of the law, to where those pigs are free to shoot down over anyone with no justice. Sir, we must throw away the system where they say we are 3/5 of a person, treated like dogs better than us, yet they can't live without us, for everything they have is stolen. Black Lives Matter, bold of light, ready to ascend, ending the system of cowards, afraid of us who are of the sun, for the clan is dying of recessive genes, inferior as the time is coming to an end. For our legacy is with us. What will we do intellectually? We will beat them with the elevator of our vibration, frequencies, energy unlocking our solar power to bring forth change, for we are not monolithic beings, but hues of different auras, artistically gifted. To have this in unison, in one accord, for it is our time to build a new way of life, of growth, genuine love to connect with the divine in the soul. Excellent is where we are in this revolution. This is gonna be my last one. I really an honor to be here at the My Place Cafe events. I thank you, Jesse and Lasagna, just having me here. I thank my wife for taking a chance on me and just marrying me. I could be a handful, as you see, we always do our best to end generational curses and have generational blessings throughout our family and beyond. Like they said, charity starts at home. You got to start at home and build your DNA to change the things, relearn and learn again, kind of thing. And I'm thankful, like, because I grew up shy. Like, I remember I used to just write poems in the journal and just be like, man, is this going to be any good? What these people going to think? And will I get booed off stage? This happened to me before, though. I've been booed. People heckled at me. Like, get out of here, man. Throwing stuff at me. Guys trying to find me outside the event. Man, you be talking about these white people, man. What's your problem? But it is what it is. You can't be scared, man. Like, there's always going to be some naysayers out there. There's always going to be people that's going to question you. End of the day, you live your life, I always think about my parents. They took a chance, man. They didn't have to come here. Coming from Samoa, that's far, man. Come all the way to California. That's a hell of a mission, you know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't have to come here. Like, they could have just stayed there, lived in their little island. Like, it took a chance. Like, even our people, like, people out there, they took a chance. Like, I know my parents did the same thing. They took a chance, moved to California. Here we are, me and my wife, just in love and building. But here's the last piece. I want to thank you all for like tuning in. I hope you guys do well. Like I said, just celebrate, safe. If you're drunk, just order a Lyft or Uber, call a family member. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I've been there before. So like, I remember one time, like I was high and I picked up like my auntie from LAX. I was speeding like 100 miles an hour high, intoxicated, like, and thank God I didn't get no DUI. I don't know how I did it. Yeah, man, sisters be like, man, Molly, man, what the fuck is you doing, man? You stupid ass. Anyway, this is my last piece. I was working with the poetry community. It was a workshop with Anita Diaz. Anita D. I was in a workshop for two years. And I wrote this. We used Rudy Francisco's on my honest poem. This is like my version of it. I was born on June 13th. That will make me a Gemini. Yet, I have no knowledge of that. I'm 6'4" and full of love. I weigh 290 pounds. When I tell people I can't swim, they be like, how you Samoan but you can't swim? And they laugh away. I look to get that mani-pedi so I can look fly and smooth with my slippers, holding my Queen Goddess Jane's hand as we walk together. I'm still learning more about myself, or I haven't mastered that yet. I am often soft-spoken because I be walking on eggshells. I am loud to where I know I can be full of myself. That's a way like no one is looking. And my big glowing smile warming up people's hearts. I was born kicking out my mother's womb, but one of my veins got cut up in my ankle bone, but I still can walk effectively. I like water immensely. People tell me that they love my speaking voice as it's soothing as a teddy bear hugs. With them saying that I'm an aura of peaceful serenity. Despite being a welcoming person, I am weary of energy vampires eager to suck your soul dry. So I'm always looking into spiritual principles to escape the poverty consciousness. That's probably why I'm always burnt out when I want to do something. Maybe it is even I seeking happiness through my shopaholic ways. For material lasts for a while but fade away. I landed on my insecurity, slipping away like an old CD player driving on the speed bumps. I wonder how did I find the courage to write this poem knowing it is already a masterpiece that people felt from one of the greatest poets out there. I wonder how did I publish 2 books and featured at these open mics in SoCal. Not everyone deserves my energy, for I don't want to be a living graveyard with people getting high off my organ. Hi, my name is Usolosophy. I like reading books, playing video games, and being that full-time lover, tuning in to battle is my frequency. But I need to hug myself, more appreciate myself, knowing that I am divine and let it be known. I have the most passionate kisses, hugs that will keep you warmer than a sauna. My hobbies are melting hearts with my poetic elegance, using my healing hands to ease the tension of your body, mind, and soul, and trying to break generational curses being in this comfort zone, needing the energy of others as a projector. Being the oldest thrown into the wolves, would I want to be led by me? This knowledge ain't mine, for it's the product of those before me. Yet I know this. I know the ancestors walk with me and the spiritual realm awaits for me, as it is my place of origin full of heroes. For the creator moves me like the haka dance, slapping my chest with the warrior cry chant like, Choo! That's the creator hearing me like, there goes Usolosopher back on the open mic. Knowing that I am appreciated and far from done, serving my divine purposes bestowed by the creator. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Molly. Thank you for reading for us tonight. When you when you read the poem "Water," I just remember right now that I need to look through my phone or like my emails because I think I bought Ta-Nehisi Coates' "The Water Dancer," and I need to, and that just reminded me I need to like keep reading it. Also, what else? And then when you talked about Marilyn earlier, how she published her book of poems with World Stage Press. We've had I don't know if you've heard of Gregory Foster. He used to be work with them in the past, but now he works with Spectrum Publishing. So if any of you wants to like get to know more, learn more about the history of World Stage Press, submit some questions or email or reach out to Spectrum Publishing. I'm sure GT will be more than happy to talk about World Stage Press. They're still going on. They're still active on social media. And then one question I want to ask right now, as you talked about in your European poem earlier tonight, Jamaica Kincaid, I actually went to an event of hers like before the pandemic at the Hammer Museum, where she said that gardening is a metaphor for slavery. So, and she actually also elaborates on that in another book of hers that she didn't read at that event, called My Gardening Book. So, I want to know what your quick thoughts are about gardening as slavery. I actually did write an essay about that, or at least try my best to write an essay about that. Back in Cal Pomona.
Okay. I mean, my perspective, I feel that she's writing from what happened with like the slavery, where like they had them working in them hot fields and things like that, and just working them in that hot sun, not feeding them as much and things like that, lack of water, just brutalizing them. And
Oh yeah, like lack of like feeding like your plants, and then you wonder like why are they all dried up? Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
But then also, when I went to Samoa in 2012 with my mother, she taught me how to garden, how to garden, and because that area is a rainforest environment, so she taught me how to like pull the taros out of the dirt. You get the roots and you grab it out the dirt, and like we had to like take off the skins and stuff like that. So I learned another life skill, as far as gardening, you can grow your own foods and things of that nature. Like you can feed your whole family. And it's kind of weird out here. You aren't able to do that. You got to do it on the low because the government won't let you. Like you can't even collect rainwater. That thing is crazy.
What?
Yeah, I've been looking into stuff. I'm a geek, But I had to hide it growing up. The crowd I had before in high school, they're all from the hood. Like, you a Poindexter, you a square. You know how that goes.
Okay.
So what I did, I had to hide it. Like I had to hide a lot of things about myself, because it wasn't quote unquote cool. But that's that.
Let's see here. I know, right?
You're probably going fast. answer that barbecue, man. Like, oh, shoot, Juneteenth barbecue? Shit, I'm
Yeah,
about to
shit.
get, somebody get them ribs. I'm about to chill with the Samoans right there in the back and get some, spam mousse bean, whatever. Samoans was funny, like we always try to use after the ear. That's just how we are.
Oh, and then I just remembered one thing today. I read up on TMZ about Macy Gray. They were actually talking about how it's, I guess, unique that she wrote an op-ed for Market Watch, which is the website out of all places where you can write for, like, let's say, the New York Times or the Atlantic, like Tenochtitlan Cortez. She wrote an op-ed in Market Watch about that the American flag should be redesigned right now. Like, she's basically saying that don't wait for Congress and the Senate to officially make their minds up about making DC and Puerto Rico official states, and to even change the color of some of the stars in the American flag to show to represent diversity and stuff. So, what are your thoughts on that? If that were to come to pass and redesign it like as she imagines it today?
Everyone has their own visions.
Mm-hmm.
I'm all for change, Like me, I'm a, what's that, anomaly,
Mhm.
throughout my family. I'm the first poet in my family. But going with Macy Gray, I love that envision, It may be something different. Who knows? It may work out. We don't know yet, That's the power of imagination.
Yeah.
Like back then, we never thought we was gonna be riding in cars back in the day with the Model T. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I think that's what the schools kind of miss out on, is imagination. You go to these schools now, they don't even have wood shop anymore. They don't have auto mechanics anymore. They don't have like home economics. I remember in ninth grade, I had like home economics. You're cooking and showing you how to do laundry. Things. We don't have that anymore. We're just teaching our kids to be robots and to obey the system, like this. We zombies, bro.
Yeah.
Like they always trying to. And then you got these old Republicans, man. Like talking about, hey, the woman needs to do this to man. You're not a woman, man. Know your role. Shut your mouth like the Rock. You know what I'm saying? Shut the fuck up. Like this real shit. Like you're not a woman. You don't have no damn menstrual cycle. Why the fuck you telling a woman what to do with her body? Man, shut the fuck up. Like anyway, it's just sorry for my tangent, but I'm just tired of these Republicans, man. So good. But yeah, I'd be dope, man. Her idea of the flag, that'd be amazing, man. Like, I'm all for it, man. I'm always an open mind person, but I'm not gonna agree to everything. But I'm open minded.
Definitely, definitely. Well, Molly, great job, and thank you for reading. I'm happy to make this Juneteenth special at my Prince Cafe a reality. Like Marlon Wayne said this week, June is Black History Month Part 2. Thank you to all who are watching on YouTube, and thank you, Latanya, and the rest of the My Place family. To get in touch with Molly, you can follow him on Instagram at Usolosifer.
Yeah, I'll do that. It's hard to pronounce it. Usolosifer on Instagram. I'm also on Clubhouse now. You guys want to just like listen to me on Clubhouse? It's like an audio app. You can listen and go in different rooms, listen to other people speak. They talk about like different topics, whether it be like women's rights or Hawaiian spirituality. I've been into like Hawaiian spirituality lately, just learning the roots before Christianity too. And like a quick fact, it's like Hawaii and Africa used to have a pact. Like the old King Kamehameha back in the day, he used to have a pact with Africa, countries in Africa, and they used to like send reinforcements when he was ruling Hawaii at the time. See, a lot of that history you gotta go learn for yourself, because these schools ain't gonna teach you, man. They ain't gonna teach you about how great our people were. How they always leave out like the other islands, like Fiji, Solomon Islands. Those people are like what they call Melanesia, like the darker skinned islanders, and they leave them out, man. Those people need to be heard out there. So we all deserve that voice. But I appreciate you, Jesse, having me on here in my place of dance. And it's an honor to be celebrating Juneteenth with everyone out.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can also visit his website at usolosifer.org. And also, again, happy belated birthday to you, as you mentioned earlier.
Yeah, my wife's birthday's on the 15th too, man.
Oh, nice. Happy belated to you guys' birthday as well, because I saw posts about his birthday like this past week and stuff.
Gemini's, you know,
Yeah.
Gemini lives.
All right, and next Sunday, jazz is back. Well, while you're dining at my place cafe next Sunday, listen to the jazz band I'll be playing here. And have a great Father's Day, everyone. And remember, make my place your place.
Peace.